morning, everyone. Morning, morning. Hold on a moment. Hello everyone. Hi, good morning. Hello there, Echoback. Hi. Good morning. Hello, Kahuna. Welcome in. Hi. I'm just trying to adjust this sketch a little bit. I don't know, something about it, man. I think it has something to do with the hair in the back. I fell asleep previous stream, Sob. It's okay. You know it's all good. It don't matter. The VOD's always there anyways. And in case anything interesting even happens. Alright. So, I actually did this sketch real quick earlier today. Because I am now officially 11 hours into watching 100 Line. And, yeah, my favorite character so far. I've gotten a few spoilers about him. I don't care. I'll get there when I get there. But yeah, really like this guy. I also really like, Yugamu, I think his name was? The assassin guy, I like him. I like him too. And of course I like the MC. But, I decided I'm gonna draw something on a simple lane. So we're gonna draw, Eito first. This is that's a guy. Yeah. Look at him. Look at him, bro. This is the twink. Certified twink. Yeah, definitely, can't wait to work. Can't hear you, Belinda? Am I too low? Can you hear me now? The hell? Maybe you're too low? Echoback can hear me, right? Alright, whatever. Scuff run, okay. It's usual business. Alright. Then that's just a Kahuna problem, I'm afraid. Alright. That's weird. Okay, but you can hear me now, right? That's good. That's fine. Whoops. The heck? Alright. So, since I already got the sketch done, I guess I'm gonna start with a line art and just go with that. Or, we can do the messy sketch and we color over textured style. Decisions. I also found this default Ibis paintbrush that I did not know existed. Really cool. Definitely want to test it out at some point. This serves more for like texture shading or something though. I want to change the background color a little bit. Dude, look at that. It's a very interesting brush. Alright, I'm just gonna lighten it a little bit. I'm gonna make it a blue tone. Perfect. Okay. grab our watercolor brush. Oh wait, what the hell? You can't see it. Is it too... I guess it's too light. There you go. There we go. I'm gonna probably change it. I'm not gonna make the background this dark of a blue. I'll just have it like that for now until I finish the shading so I can see what I'm doing. Who's this guy? Okay, I just came from explaining. Actually, read the title. Read the title. It's from 100 Line Last Defense, which is Kodaka's newest game. I started checking it out. I started it like 2 days ago. Really like it so far, and now I'm drawing him. No, it's from the same creators of Danganronpa, but it's not Danganronpa. Same creator though. It's the same creator. So the same person that's behind Tribe 9 as well. Yes, there you go. I have mentioned it before. I've actually talked about it a few times in the past. But I just started finally like watching it. I'm like 11 hours in so far. Which is not a lot. That's basically the prologue. It has 100 different routes. So I'm in the prologue still. But that hasn't been the only thing I've been doing. Because, you know, as I mentioned yesterday in the Discord, I have been working a lot on the story stuff. Faceless Masquerade 2. So I'm just juggling, casually watching, and writing my own stuff at the same time. It's good, honestly. My brain was kind of needed it. Is there a midnight stream? No, we will not be streaming at night today. I have part 2 of an Anoxa video I need to put. So no. So we won't be doing it. Also, I have a lot of writing to do. Like I said, I've been also working on more Faceless Masquerade writing and designs. I don't know if you saw the Discord yesterday where I put where I updated the thing, and I also put in a new character. So yeah. I have a lot on my plate. Which is why I decided to come in with a very casual sketch. Yes, Francois. That's the name of the new dude. Though I'll probably be calling him Courier the most. Since Courier is just easier than Francois. I am not French by any stretch of the imagination, so Courier is just going to be the go-to for a while. I don't tend to draw characters with glasses. I'm not sure if anyone has noticed that. I don't know, a lot of the times I don't tend to like characters with glasses because to me they always come across as like a stereotypical nerdy a lot, like 90% of the time. But this dude is kind of the exception. Him and Baiju were actually kind of the exception. Because I actually really liked Baiju. Oops. Just to select this. What's the premise of the new character? Okay, so the new character, which is in the Discord, Francois Courier, he is from the Faceless Hunters. He is the Devil Arcana. So he represents the Devil Tarot card, which I will be referring to as Le Diable, because I hate saying that word. I hate talking about like devil stuff. So we're gonna be referring to it as Diable, which is the French word for it. I don't know. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. Oh, whoops. So yeah, his premise, very particular. Actually, in the wiki, I added his information, so you can actually feel free to check that if you want, real quick. The document is in the usual place. His category is right under Demetrius's. Also, I have a bit of some allergy, so please forgive me if I randomly go silent. That's what I'm doing. So please forgive me. I have a bit of some allergies going on. Ah! Whoops, I dropped my pencil. I dropped my pencil on the screen. Alright, I'm gonna select his hair here. I don't know why I thought his hair was lighter than this. His hair seems darker than what I thought it was. To make the artwork interesting, I'm probably going to saturate most of the colors, or use saturated colors as shading. Because you know how it is. A lot of times, these type of drawings that are like really basic in composition, they can get pretty boring. So I'm gonna have to make it interesting by using more interesting colors. It doesn't matter if it comes out of the line, because I'll just paint over it like normal. Alright, I'm gonna change the background color now, because now it's just... Since... I think that's a good color. Yeah, it's a good color. I think that color suits him. That color suits him perfectly. I feel like it's a color he's really associated with. Oh, but now it's blending in again. Ugh. Hate when colors blend in like this. It's alright, we'll fix it, we'll fix it. When I figure out what colors I'm gonna use, we'll fix it. Surely. Whoops, it's too big. Too light. God, let me grab the white for this. Put the light over here, yes. Light coming from this direction. I don't know how to spell it. Relationship with the MC and cast. Okay, so it's courier. So it's like, that's not how you write it, not even close. Let's see, I'll write it. That's how you write the word courier. Kind of like saying career. Kinda. Yeah. So, okay. He interacts with initially he only interacts with three members of the cast. Demetrius, Kawahu, and Rowan. He has no interactions with Geshuin, and he has no interactions with Rozo or Komakusa. And because of the specific arc where he comes into. In the arc he comes out in, Geshuin is not present, and Rozo's not present, and neither is Komakusa, so the only one that he knows or that they have interactions with, it's with Rowan, Kawahu, and Demetrius. Yeah, I felt like I needed to specify, Kahuna. I needed to be specific with my point. I know that a lot of the time you ask because of Geshuin. I know. But no, Geshuin is not a factor in this. He is best friends with Demetrius. So him and Demetrius, those are best friends right there. They've known each other since they were relatively young, like 12 years old. And Rowan and Kawahu, he meets them when they decide to join, quote unquote, the Faceless Hunters. Because there's a very specific arc where Rowan and Kawahu decide to join the Faceless Hunters because they are looking for they're hiring investigators. Because of a certain incident that happened, now they're starting to branch and expand on their reign. They're realizing that just having hunters is not going to solve their problems. So they're looking to hire someone or a couple of people that can be investigators to work for them. And so Rowan is like, hey Kawahu, how about you and me try to get hired into the Faceless Hunters? Why don't we join the Faceless Hunters? And so that is exactly what the two of them do. They decide to enter. Basically, they're just gonna destroy the Faceless Hunters from the inside. They decide to join in and just serve as a bit of a double agent of sort. Yeah, the title has a mistake. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, bro. It's okay. I've been having a lot of typos. Forgive me. Okay? It is what it is. I'm gonna make it blue. Blue line art. Nice. And so, the two of them join. And so Demetrius is the one in charge of the unit Kawahu's in, while Courier is the leader of the group that Rowan gets sent to. So the two of them are separated and under two different leaders. That's how Rowan interacts and meets with Courier. Yeah, that's basically the meetup. That's basically how they come to interact. I'm working on the design that Rowan will have as a faceless hunter. Specifically, like her hairstyle and stuff. This cut. No, this cut is good. Help! I don't even know. Watch 100 line last defense. I just watch it since I want to see Belinda draw. I appreciate it. Kahuna doesn't know either, so yeah. I don't think anyone who's watching the stream knows what 100 line is. Sad. It's so good though. I've been personally enjoying it, even though I'm not even close to like where the meat of it really starts yet. But I'm enjoying it. Should I make it pink? I love the art. Got Ibis Paint Premium recently. Ibis Paint Premium is life-changing, man. Hope you have fun with it. Oh, and good luck with work. Random question: are they gonna kidnap Courier or get info out of him? No. No, that's a ridiculous strategy. I literally just said they're gonna try and destroy the Faceless Hunters from the inside out. So the main goal is actually to get some of the Faceless Hunters to their side. Specifically, Demetrius. Because Lucerna is the aunt of Demetrius, Lucerna recommended, hey, you want to get more people on your side? You need allies? Yeah, you should go with my nephew. My nephew can help you, but you gotta convince him. Because he's too loyal to this group and whatever. He's loyal to the Faceless Hunters, but if you have proof that these people are terrible, you can convince him and he will join your side. You just gotta get him to like you. And whatever. And so, if Rowan decides to trust on Lucerna's word, and it's like, sure, I'll try to get this guy on our side. But not only that, there's also a few other reasons why she wants to go in the group herself. But, that's too much information now. But yeah, Courier, because he's friends with Demetrius, and he's actually way more easygoing than Demetrius, because he's way more like I don't want to say kinder, but he's more like outgoing, more extroverted. She feels like that she can get him more on her side. So their plan, they're gonna try to get Courier and Demetrius to their cause. They don't plan on hurting him. Unless he doesn't get convinced or something happens. Who knows? Courier is not a bad person. He's just not a conventional person. He's not a normal person, but he's not a bad person. He's very reasonable. Well, reasonable is a strong word, actually. Is he silly? Yeah, I think I could describe him as silly. Like, he speaks very sluggish, like, you know, he speaks like those people that type with like dots after every single word they say. Yeah, so he speaks like very sluggish, very slow. But everything he says, like 50% of it is stupid shit. He be saying dumbass stuff most of the time. Like 50% of the time he be saying stupid shit, and then the other 50% he locked in. So yeah, he's he's more upbeat than most of the others, despite speaking very sluggish and deep. he's a good guy. Is he smart or dumb? Oh, he's smart. Oh no, he got some brain on him. But it's not conventional smart either. He's not conventional smart either. He's very street smart. I think it would be the best way to describe it. He's very street smart. He's smart but says dumb shit. Exactly. Because he's just goofing around. He just wants to live, dude. He just wants to live. You know, not everything needs to be all serious and deep and whatever. He just wants to... he want to have a good time too. And so that's what makes his dynamic with Rowan very interesting, because Rowan is also very similar in that regard, except she don't say dumb stuff. She ain't that goofy, but she can bounce with that, you know? Like, if he says something stupid, she's very willing to get along with her. And so they're gonna constantly come back and forth. She will follow his stupid shit. Knowing full well is stupid. That's a... Does he have a tragic backstory? Wanna take a guess? Is he mostly liked or hated, by the way? Like by the cast? By the rest of the cast members, or... Yup, yes. He does in fact have a tragic backstory. When do we not? Yeah, cast members? Okay, so with the main cast, he's well liked. You know, Rowan likes him, Kawahu likes him, Demetrius likes him, yeah. But the rest of the people, like the community and stuff, they don't like him. He's the most disliked Faceless Hunter. With the rest of the people. The main cast, they're fine with him. They like him. The common people and the other Faceless Hunters, no. They do not like him. He is the most disliked Faceless Hunter. And that's like crazy coming from the Faceless Hunters, since all of them are pretty shit. Most of them are pretty ass, but you know. No worries, don't worry about it. It's nice to do. I always be watching videos and doing other stuff in the background. It's fun. Also, I keep recoloring his cheeks because they're too desaturated. I'm trying to like saturate them a little bit. And so, yeah, not very well liked. And it has a lot to do with his circumstances. You know, he's not regular. He doesn't behave normally. He has a lot of issues with himself. Okay, nice. Got some nice saturated blush going on here. I'm gonna do it down here as well. Okay, that's too purple. Oh, hell no. Is he the Presso Espresso? I already explained. He's pretty upbeat. In terms of personality, he's upbeat. In terms of speech, he is very down. He actually has a very positive outlook on life, actually. He's actually, and it has to do a lot with him being raised in the church. You know, he was raised by another Faceless Hunter, which is the Pappas. She raised him in the church, and so he actually grew up to be very positive. Despite what's going on and his title and everything, he's pretty upbeat about life. At least that's what we can determine from his character. You mean the reason why he's disliked? So he technically is possessed by a non-Fascius. I call it possession because he didn't get his face stolen in the typical fashion. Instead of his face getting stolen and becoming a shell of a person and whatnot, the non-Fascius actually stayed in his brain. It actually inhabits his brain. And so, he sees the world the same way the non-Fascius do. You know, the non-Fascius, they feel empty and they sort of like... They search for people's faces because they want to have a physical form. So, they don't see people like people, they only see like a mask. And so, now he's kind of, he's like half possessed. Because while he still acts like himself, he also can randomly have outbursts where he will just try to kill or attack someone. Like, that's literally something that can happen. Like, he's tried to rip off people's masks before and take their faces. Unsuccessfully, but it has happened. And everyone sees him as like this blasphemous thing that should definitely not exist. Because possession of the possession of a body that has never been seen before, you know? And so everyone is like, this guy should not exist. We should probably kill him. And the Papist is like, no. We're not going to kill him. If he exists, that means he has some other purpose, something, some otherworldly purpose. So we're not gonna kill him. We're just gonna leave him. I'm sure there's a reason why, this non-Fascius possessed him and didn't actually take his face. So yeah. It also causes, like, people to want to, like, experiment on him and stuff. They want to, like, see why that happened and whatnot. And the Papist is like, no, if you start hurting him, you're gonna have to give him back to me. No. So basically, yeah, he's pretty abnormal in the world of Faceless Masquerade. He's also a threat, but the Papist seems to Farouk gets babied. Yeah, mainly by the Papist. Yes, the Papist is an elderly woman, by the way. She's pretty nice. She's pretty nice actually. So she tends to like spoil him a little bit. But it's only by her, because everyone else... Oh, and I guess Demetrius also. Demetrius really treats him like a normal person. He doesn't care. He's like, oh, he won't attack me. He'll never attack me. Why would he want my face? Was he ever kidnapped for exploitation? Yes, he was. He had... That's how he met Demetrius. He met Demetrius at a hospital. Because while Demetrius was there for the treatment of his RA, India, in a different room, Courier is just getting experimented on and tested on to sort of see... Does my opinion girl Demetrius think he's ugly? Well, not the conventional ugly, because you know when they say take their face, it's not literally. The non-Fascists don't literally take people's faces; they take their personality. So what he's trying to say is that he doesn't have a personality worth taking. He's like, why? He'll never take me. Like, I'm literally the worst personality-wise that you'd want to take. I'm basic. At least as a child, that's what he thought. When he was a child, he was like, I'm just a basic boy. Why would he want to attack me? He'd take my personality. Seriously. It's so stupid. He has a better personality than me. And that was his younger him's argument. 12-year-old Demetrius was out here saying all that. A bit naive, but yeah, that was his mentality. Is the scientist still alive? Yes. All the scientists and doctors are probably still alive, yeah. They're not relevant, really. They only come out in terms of his backstory and stuff. Not in the present. In the present, he doesn't have to deal with any of that. Because after all the experimentation, the conclusion was they couldn't find a reason why that happened. And so that's how they had to settle it. They couldn't really continue doing anything else. They couldn't continue because they... Who would bro save an experimented child? Obviously. Of course. I don't see a reason why he would not. If he knows about it, yeah. Well, he would try at least. He would try and hope for the best. If he interacted with Komakuza, they'd have a very interesting interaction. Because they kind of sort of come from a similar, in terms of the experimentation aspect, or like being studied, even though they're experimenters that were for different reasons. Yeah, my boy is not about that life though. He sees some that happening to another child, he'll be like, oh hell no. But the thing is, it has only really happened to Komakuza and those like young children in that one facility, cause the only reason they did that with him was because he was something unique in quotes. So that hasn't really happened ever again, aside from, well, what happened with Kumakuza. But he didn't know about that. He didn't know that was ever happening. He found that out alongside everyone else. No, he was only taken once, but it was for a very long period. So it was once, but he was there for months. So yeah, he has not been. It's not like he hasn't been taken for that long. I mean, he wasn't like kidnapped multiple times. He was just taken for a big long period of time. Nah, he would not go back there. He has no reason to. Not in his position, anyways. In his position, he'd be able to beat their ass. But again, that has not returned to be a thing anymore. So unless something abnormal happens again, ain't nobody seeing that facility. But if for some unknown reason he does, what would be his reaction? What would be his reaction? Okay, let me think. Let me think about this. He revisits his past. Honestly, I really haven't thought of it like that, to be honest, because again, I never really saw that as a possibility. But considering how hopeful he is now, I don't think he'd have a very strong reaction to it. Like, it's not, sure, everyone will get, like, PTSD to some degree, but it wouldn't be something he would dawn on for too long. He has a very hopeful view, so in a way, he would probably be able to twist it into some twisted warped narrative, and be like, oh, I don't care anymore, because if it wasn't for all that, then I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have my best friend Demetrius, and probably twist it to some crazy nonsense with that Rowan would probably highly disagree with, and be like, why are you trying to justify that? But I feel like that would be his mindset. That most people would disagree with. I disagree with too, but that's the thing when you design a character. Even if you disagree with it, oh, he'd probably deal with the people, yeah. Well, if they're doing it to someone else unreasonably, yeah, he'd beat them up. But in terms of like a revenge narrative, he wouldn't do anything. No, he doesn't have that crazy revenge ploy. At least not against those people specifically. No. I don't think trauma and revisiting trauma is the only way to, I don't know, make the narrative progress or more interesting. I don't know. Now I'm just waffling. Now I'm just saying stuff. Yeah, if they were doing that to another child, he'd beat the crap out of them. But if they weren't doing anything, and he's just revisiting the place or talking to those people again, he wouldn't care. He would be like, "Oh, it's fine. Yes, this made me who I am. So, I hold no regret. I hold no grudges." And everyone would look at him weird, like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, sir? I still feel like I need to, like, write more of him to really put all of what his thoughts would be on the table. Because everyone is very unique and specific. And, like, getting put on the spot, I can't really put myself in their shoes immediately. So yeah, that answer I gave can definitely potentially change. It can definitely change. But for now, I think that's how it's gonna be for now. Or I think forever, honestly. Why is this side doing... This side is very saturated, but I think it looks pretty nice. There you go. Damn, the colors for this is kind of eating, I ain't gonna lie. The colors are kind of eating. Okay. Oh, whoops. I forgot, it's gonna do that. How would Curry and Demetrius interact on a picnic? Like between each other? Yeah, those two would have a great time. Again, those two are best friends. They would have a great time. When Demetrius returns in the story, because Demetrius, he works specifically in a underground facility, which is underground the underground. Yeah, kind of crazy, because they're already technically underground, but he's in a different unit that is underground of there, and so he's isolated from most people. He only has his small unit of like 5 or 6 people, and their job is usually to take care of the source of the non-Fascius, or where they believe the source is. And so, he doesn't see the surface very often. It's only in the story that he's suddenly told that he needs to come back to the surface to help out, whatever. Okay, I won't go into too much detail. But, Courier is the one who decides to show Demetrius around again. Like, oh, you've been gone from the normal world with the normal people for a while now, so I'm gonna show you around. We can go out, I can buy you lunch, just like old friends do. We're just gonna go look at the place again. So yeah, they would have such a great time. Bye bye, Rosie, thanks for stopping by, and hello, Idiotic Bees. Yeah, they would have a great time, because that's like their normal thing. They like spending time with each other. It's just they don't do it that often because of their units are so separated from each other. I have spawned in. Yes, you have. Okay, can I like, am I able to saturate this any more than already has? Oh, whoops. Change the colors. Oh, but that looks really nice. Anyway. Ooh, I can saturate it more. He looks teal? That's the point. I want it to be colorful and different. I like how it looks here. Yeah, that looks perfect. The composition is boring, so I need to make it interesting with interesting colors. Bright colors always makes a drawing more interesting. Well, more visually appealing. Whoops. Also, you were right, this Amphoreus, or whatever it's spelled, is really bland. I told you, this story kinda sucks balls. I am not, it's just 3.0 specifically. It's just the worst, honestly. It was so, no. Like, I'm sure if you like Greek mythology, maybe you'll like it. But honestly, it's pretty mediocre. The narrative, the presentation, it's pretty mediocre. Like, there are some highlights, but they're very few. I like the characters, but I like them individually. I don't like how they're presented or explored in the story very much. I like their concept, and I like their background, but I don't like their presentation in the story. I have never been so sluggish on a story. I'm trying for an accent trivia, but my gosh, the story sucks ass. Yeah, that's how I felt. Like, I tried to stick through it to, like, see the development of, like, the characters and whatever, or where it would go, and oh my god. Oh my god. No, hell no. It was such a struggle to sit through. That's why I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait till this story's over. I'm sure you'll get him. Hopefully you can get him early so that you don't need to sit through all that slug. You don't have to sit through all that mediocrity, bro. My condolences to you for your struggles. I don't know, it just feels like such a huge downgrade from Penacony. But that's just my opinion. Even though Penacony also had its random moments that were like strange in a way, that were like kind of like, oh, this is not going anywhere, or this is kind of taking too long for the point, I still loved it a lot more. Especially, I liked 2.0 to 2.2. 2.3 and onward was like, okay. And then 3.0 okay, and it was like, okay, no. Like, that's how I feel. That's how I felt. I'm still coming back to Honkai Star Rail. I maxed out all of my Anaxa traces. I'm just waiting for story to get better. Well, actually, I'm just waiting for us to leave Amphorius. That's the thing. His role in the story was one of the most interesting ones, in my opinion. The Dongheng, yeah, Dongheng and Dongfang thing was before Penacony. Yeah, it is. That's one, but that's 1.2. That was 1.1 to 1.2. Yeah, that was really early game. I liked it. I know a lot of people did not like the Xianzhou, but I did like the Xianzhou. I don't know, I thought it was good. I know, but a lot of people do dislike it. With good reason, though. Who the heck is the madman? What do you mean you like the dragons and the madman? We talking about Blade? Blade's disrespect? Ain't no way. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Blade was the reason I started this game. I love Blade. I drew Blade a lot. And a lot when I started. Even though I still don't have him. My point still stands. He's not some crazy madman. I love him and Yingxing. Damn, I missed that time, you know? I can't wait for Blade to be the have a focus point again. He's so nice. When it came to places that I like, Heard a Spaceship was a little boring. Yeah, I didn't like Heard a Space Station. Dorilo had good music, but I didn't like the story. LeFou had a cool theme and atmosphere. Penacony had a fire story. Okay, I kind of share a similar sentiment. I did not like Heard a Space Station. Jarilo was pretty good. The story was good, but I wasn't a fan of the characters very much. Like the cast, I wasn't too huge on them. And then with, and then with freaking, Xianzhou, I liked the Xianzhou. Hot take, but I liked the Xianzhou. And Penacony was the best one, yeah. Yes. I will die on this hill. Xianzhou LeFou's the best one. I mean, you know what? I won't disagree. I won't disagree. That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take. I also find out why an Axis model is so slim. Oh, so you finally got to that part? Or did you find out online? How did you find out? Found out online? Yeah, bro's dead. Bro's dead and probably does not have any insides. Bro's just hollow. Which is still very cool. I think it's very cool. Yeah, it's very interesting. That's why he has the eye patch too. He's missing his eye. He's just kind of hollow, kind of there. Peak. Hello, altered Teratots. Linda always does peak on God. Hey, thank you. I'm just trying to make the colors interesting since the composition is really boring. This would be my first time drawing Eito, so I have to make it look as interesting as I can. Hello, hello. Alright, I'm gonna fix some of this. because it has a lot of these like spots just kind of hanging out. I'm not a big fan of seeing that hanging out like that. So I'm just gonna clean it up. Should I draw Demetrius or Gashwin? I don't know. I don't know, man. Do you have any? I guess it depends. Who do you have any ideas on? That's how I do it. Like it depends on who I have ideas for. I don't know. Okay, for some reason it actually looks better with the random stuff on the outside. It might actually look better. Maybe I can do this. And I can like... Can I make this bigger? Next. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, don't ask me what I'm doing. I just want to see something. Want to test something out real quick? Ouch. Hey. No, I don't like how that looks. We can try again. And like very specific spots. Like here. And not the entire page. Why does it sound in the background? I think 2 chickens are like fighting. Ah, yes. A chicken broke into our yard. That's not ours. We don't have chickens. It's just the neighbor does, and they broke into our yard. Sweet. You know, just the normal everyday thing. You know, very normal. Sure the chicken's fighting? No! I can't do that. I'm literally, I'm screen recording. How am I supposed to show that? I have a fear of roosters? Damn, then you could not be here, dude. The neighbors have a whole bunch, and it's like, yeah. I'm not gonna show you guys. Who the frick cares about some roosters? Now, hell no. I'm good, thanks. I'm good, actually. Me? Too bad. Too bad. Well, we got some texture, I guess. So I could select the color here. I hope they shut up soon. They're louder than usual. There we go. We got a lot of. There we go. Nice. I think I'm gonna like saturate it a little bit too. Saturation. Actually, no. Put it on color. And then I'm gonna grab the airbrush. And then have some green. It's giving Dotori. Dotori, if he was interesting. Dotori could never. Actually, no story could never, but well, no one's ready for that kind of conversation. Boom. I'm gonna put it on white. Turn it is glitching again? Yeah, I noticed. You typed that twice. RIP. Rest in pieces. It did it twice? Yeah, it did. I'm sorry. It's okay, it's okay. It has happened to me before, actually. It happens. It has happened. I remember I used to send messages twice in like DMs and stuff, and I'd be like, what the hell? I'm sorry, my Wi-Fi waffling. That's embarrassing? It is, but it's fine. It is an embarrassing experience, but it's fine. I know the feeling. I have been there and done that. I was gonna say that I read a list of all the crimes Notorious committed. That's crazy. He's just a tad bit evil. A tad bit evil? Yeah, a tad bit evil. Yeah, just a tad bit evil. Gotta go for lunch though? Alright then. See ya next time then. Okay, I need to make the ear pink. I just noticed how I have not colored the ear at all. Ah, nope. Soon, I need to, once I'm done with like the most of the characters' arcs and stuff, once I complete that, I'll continue the drawing the characters as their respective tarot card thing. Soon after. So yeah, I don't know when that's gonna be, but that's definitely on the plate. Once I'm done with like more of the designs and done with more of the story. Because the story is going through a lot of changes. It's still going through that phase of coming back and forth. So I'm definitely gonna come back to that eventually. I got way too much on my mind. Yesterday I was so locked in developing Courier's character because I literally started doing him like 2-3 days ago. Yeah, I had a lot on my plate. Like, he's a very new character. Which is why, of course, everything I say is like kind of subjected to change always. If you want anything firm, the most guaranteed thing that's most likely not to change is in the dang wiki. Outside of that, anything is like subjected to like being changed. Courier, I think I love. You think you like him? Yeah. I really do like him. I need to do his outfit. I need to do his second design where he has the nun outfit, which is his common outfit when he's not doing faceless hunter duties. Basically, the outfit he wears under his armor. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna design after this too. So I need to do Rowan's faceless uniform and Courier's nun uniform. Or aka his casual attire. Does any Faceless Masquerade character have a love interest? Okay. Rowan, her love interest is deceased, which was her husband, dead. Demetrius, no, does not have a love interest. Geshuin had a love interest, past tense. I mean, yesn't. Yes, no. For Geshuin. And we gotta put in his status is His status, if he had a Facebook status, it would be it's complicated. For Geshuin. Okay, so Geshuin is complicated. Rozo, yes. Yes. Kawahu, yes. Kawahu, yes. Rozo, yes. Well, it's more of a crush, sort of thing for those two. Komakuza, no. That's what she does not have. Lucerna, no. Hell no, actually. No. And who else? Courier, no. So yeah, it's only Rozo and Kawahu. Only those two. Who the fuck is Kamakusa? It's Komakuza. That is the girl. It's this girl. Hold on. Hold on a minute. It's from one of our last stream. Hold on. Excuse me, Eito, I need you to get out. You did not read the wiki, did you? This girl. Her. She is Komakuza. The girl from last stream. Geshuin's adopted daughter. Yeah, that's her name. Her name is Komakuza. It's just that in that stream, I was referring to her as Kuro, throughout it. Yeah. But yeah, this is her finished. Haven't joined the group on my out yet? Oh, I see. I forgot. I forgot you didn't have it. Whoops. I forgot you lost it. Do I link you the document then? Oh yeah, wait. I could show you his design too. Whoops. Excuse me, Eito. I need you to get out of the way for a sec. Here he is. This is his uniform outfit. Here's Courier. This is not his hair, by the way. This white thing, that's part of his nun attire. Yes. Whoop. Going back. Yeah, he's missing 75% of his face. He's not what I expected. Hey, I like, you know, that's the thing. You look at him and you're like, there's no way this guy is upbeat, optimistic, and nunnish. You don't, that's the thing. He's dressed like the Devil Arcana. He's dressed like his title. He looks like his title. But he is the complete opposite of his title. Especially in his nun attire. In his nun attire, he feels like he's like a completely different person. He looks dad figure court. He's only 32. Come on now. Wait, 32? Yes, he's 32. Never mind. I definitely love. He's 32. So he's not old. He's not really dad material. He is not father material, I'll be honest. That's so real. Demetrius is older than Courier. Courier is 32 and Demetrius is 34. So he's not... and Geshuin, I also changed his age. Geshuin is also 34. Yeah, his age had to change because of certain reasons. Yeah, now he's also 34. Almost everyone of the cast is in their 30s. Except for, of course, Rozo, Kawahu, Takuda. Takuda's 45. And, and Komakusa, who's 16. She's the only minor in here. I can't play that because that has lyrics. Sorry, I'm kind of listening to this music. This music is so fire. Sounds like something straight out of like Dark Souls. I can't speak. Straight out of Dark Souls, dude. Holy crap. I don't want to know the context of this song. I'm kind of scared. I have too many OCs. I think if I made a doc, it would be 1 gigabyte if I included the lore and stuff. I don't know how many words my document has actually. Like my actual document, because the document I show you guys is different from the document I have. The document I have has everything. I show you guys the one that has the non-spoiler version. But let me see, how many words is my... Okay, so my actual thing has 5,680 words, but that doesn't include all the lore that I've written on my manual notebooks. Because, you know, I have an actual notebook, and then I have my doc. And my doc does not have everything. My doc only has some of the stuff that I have concrete, like, confirmation that I'm gonna keep. Hello there, is that, what? Can I, okay, what? Welcome in, hi. I love your art, thank you. Thank you so much. We're doing something a little colorful. I'm gonna let's use this brush so that we can render some of this. I'm gonna start rendering some of this clothes now. I'm gonna like show the actual drawing. So when people stop by, they can actually see it. I always keep the reference and I'm like, ain't nobody gonna look at that. That sounds like a good idea. Ah, whoops. Yeah, that's why you should write down all the lore in like a document or something, like a brief version and then the full version in a separate one. It's easier to manage like that way. Okay, grab this. Is this an alternate version of the boss theme? That just reminds me of Metaphor Refantasio. Not in a bad way, of course. In a great way, actually. Did you see my Jester Boy? Yeah, I did. I thought it was very cute. I said it in the chat, but I forgot that you can't see it. Let me, I gotta remove some of this. Some of this too. Oop, oop, oop. Dang, I have a lot of like random lines that I did not paint over first. Oh, I see. Interesting. Drawing Eito makes me realize that I need to draw a character with glasses. Probably one of the Faceless Hunters. Because I've actually been thinking a lot about the Faceless Hunters, and I was kind of thinking on like how I want to approach some of them. Because obviously, when you're a part of an organization, you're going to find a diverse group of people. Like, you're going to find actual evil people, and you're going to find people who don't know, and you're going to find people that are good. Or morally ambiguous. So I'm still thinking about, like, more designs to do. And I definitely need to do one with glasses, because I don't have a character with glasses. I legit don't have a single one. I had one, but he's an old OC, so he does not count. He does not count. And Eito is inspiring me. I definitely need to research more in terms of like personalities and stuff. Writing a bunch of a group of people so differently is definitely a hassle. I don't want any of them to overlap too much with each other. That's a huge fear of mine, is that all the characters turn out to be too similar to each other. Not just design-wise, but personality-wise. Okay, I just realized this part is not shaded correctly. Hold on. There you go. I did not have his hair colored in right. Also, parts of his neck is still like visible here, when it definitely should not be. I think I might actually finish this. Maybe. I'm not sure. Grab this. And I grabbed the wrong brush. Okay. Okay, crazy. Insane. Okay, Okay, interesting. That's an interesting character. Okay, now I need to add... Now I need to add the darker shading. The cleanup we're doing, dang. I forgot, can that like fuse? Okay, yes it can. Now we can see the difference. The old one and the new one. Which, not a lot changed. Oh yeah, I feel like... Oh, it's just that I rendered the forehead. That's why I'm like, that looks a little weird. It's the forehead. I have to add the strands of hair that he had here back again. I'll also shade this darker. Damn, gotta go? Alright, no problem. I'm gonna end stream in a few minutes too, to be honest. So I will not be able to finish this on stream like I thought I was. But I made some really good progress. It's pretty much almost done. Okay, I gotta fix some of this white back here. Got too much sketch, dude. I should have at least cleaned it a little bit before coloring. I always kind of forget, to be honest. I just start straight into shading that I just forget that I need to like kind of render a little bit before that. Clean up a little bit. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so I need to add new strands to this. Make sure it doesn't really stay flat. This should go straight through here. I appreciate his hair being easier than Nagito's though. I appreciate when my favorite character has a simpler hairstyle. It was not bad drawing it. At least not compared to some of my other favorite characters in the past. Like Ojiro. Ojiro having the hardest hair. It's way simpler. Just because of the strands. Well, it's not that it's simpler, it's just that it's more organized. Everyone else has such a messy hairdo. I want to do a desaturated version just to see what it looks like. I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna go here. That's more saturation. That's not what I clicked. And here's the desaturated version that we started with. It doesn't look bad either. Both look fine. Of course, the brighter colors makes it more appealing. Also, why is it so smudged over here? There you go, let's unsmudge that a little bit. I don't know why over there is like really smudged dark. I'll fix the arm a little bit. I should also make the bottom here be darker too. This down here. Oh, add. Do you have an eraser? I think I'll use this particle one. Damn. Perfect. I'm going to use the saturation tool and then saturate some parts of it. Like the outside. And then desaturate some of the inside. rebalance the color a little bit. I can't decide if I want to keep it super saturated or not. Okay, you know what? I'll just leave it like that. Alright, I think we're done. I'm probably just gonna finish a bit of the sketch off stream. But I think that is all for me. That's all from me, dude. Go back. Actually, let me look at it a little more. Yeah, I think that's good. You know, I think that's good for me. Maybe the head needs to be a bit more inward. Like, a bit more on the inside here. I feel like the shadow is like... I feel like there's a lot of space between the shadow and Eito's face. I feel like it needed to go a bit more on the inside. What the heck? Oh, that music got really loud. Okay, now I'm gonna fix this face and then we're done. Oh my goodness, my ears. That's a terrifying song. Okay, but we're ending on that now. Now that's better. It's just that the shading was just a little bit on the outside. The shading was just a little bit wrong. Alright, thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate y'all. And I shall see you tomorrow then. What am I gonna draw tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe it's more Eito. Maybe it's OCs. You never know. It is a surprise every time. So, goodbye. Boop. Oops, whoops, you're in the way. Are you sure you want to?